Hi everyone, it's been a while since I've done a tutorial, and as I've just updated my artwork, I thought I'd give you a bit of a glimpse on how to do it. So first thing you're going to do is you're going to go to here on your YouTube homepage or the videos page, it doesn't really matter. See? And then you just go edit channel art. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go onto this page, which is how to create channel art, and then you can download a template which gives you the sizes. I recommend downloading the fireworks one, because this one doesn't work if you've got a more recent version of Photoshop, and all it is a guide anyway. I've actually already downloaded it, so right, so here it is. This is what it looks like. So it basically shows you all the safe areas. Right, so I'm going to open this up in Photoshop. I know, yes, it's just saying about flattening it, because if you'd opened it in Fireworks it would have had all the layers, but it's not going to have in this because it's not the right sort of document. It's funny because as it's the same company making both, I don't quite understand what hasn't. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag rulers, sorry, not rulers, guides down to these, and then across. So you just drag them from the ruler. Have we got snap on? Where is snap? Snap to. Okay. Good. That one there. That one there. And that one there. Then we're going to make a new layer. And then we're going to hide the old one. So this is what you're working with, this area here. Basically, on the website, if you're on a computer, you'll see all of this as your banner. If you're on a tablet, I think you see the whole thing. If you're on something like PlayStation, you're going to get none of it actually, because the PlayStation 3 doesn't seem to have anyone's backgrounds. It just has their avatar. Right. Actually, I'm going to put that back on. So what we're going to do, we're going to start drawing some lines now. So we're going to get our paintbrush tool. Going to make it 24, maybe 25. It's up to you. Want to have a hard brush. Yeah, hardness is up on 100%, that's good. Okay, so now if you want to make straight lines in Photoshop, because it hasn't got a straight line tool anymore, what you do is you make a click like that, and then hold your shift key down and then do that. And if you want to do a straight line horizontally or vertically, it's the same thing, or you can just drag it. So let's say we want to have another one here going down to here, and maybe even one going up from here to here, and then say here to about there. Okay, so we're going to need to okay, that's a bit scruffy, but it's easy enough to fix. Yeah, no, it isn't. Unfortunately, it doesn't all as one thing. So okay, that's fine. It's just a little blobby. It's nothing to worry about. You could even put another one, say here, going up to here. Right, now what we're going to be doing is we're going to be putting images into each of these places. So you'll have a different image on each one. So what you do is you go, need to be on here, need to go place embedded. Depending on what version you've got, you might just have place. Then you just go like that. And then we want to go to pictures, DxTory. What do we want? Yeah, this is quite a good one. And then what you do is hold shift down and then drag, and that keeps it uniform, so it stops it from changing size. Always remember to keep the shift down until you've lifted off with the left mouse button. And so we want to put that here. Oh, sorry, these should be, that should, hang on a second, I'm just going to have to place it. That should be there. Okay, now we can carry on. So I want to, well, yeah, I want to get it all in there. So I could, yeah, that's good. That's good enough. Right, now what you want to do is going to place it. And then because it's changed it to a, what's it called? A smart object. You don't want it to be a smart object. So just click on your brush tool, click over it, and then smart object must be rasterized, so it's going to rasterize it. There we go. Now we can start clipping it. So get rid of that bit underneath. That bit there. Make sure you click off there, and then we're going to use the eraser tool. Just going to zoom in a bit. Go back to the eraser, and then we're just going to get rid of all of this. Make sure it comes right up to the line. There we go. And also this side. Obviously you can make your brush bigger or smaller with the square brackets. And there we go. Right, so, oh actually, we also want to get rid of this, don't we? Because I'll have another image in there. There we go. Right. Now we're going to go back to screen, fit screen. So that looks quite nice. Sitting there with a few vehicles in the background, the Pure Magnum on my lap. Right, now we're going to place embedded again and do a different image this time. Yeah, how about taking off in a A10? So same again, just move to where you want it, and then if it goes off the edge, just place and hold left Alt key. Then go back to there, and then you can do the same. So this way you might get difficulties if you've made quite a narrow area. You want a narrow image, you know, top to bottom sort of thing. So you could like do that. That would be fine. And then let's place it and zoom in on it. Yeah, that's fine. Right, now we're going to rasterize it again. Clip. That doesn't sound right. Crop is what I meant to say. I'm going to get rid of all of that. Actually, I don't think it's that big, but there we go. Just delete that. And also then get the erase tool again. Now one thing I do want to do is that little bit at the bottom there, I want to get rid of that as well. So let's just go back onto there. Yeah, it's still got a... It doesn't matter, because it'll just get rid of that anyway. Oh, yeah, that's fine. Shame about that, but I can get rid of that. If I zoom in, like that, get the clone tool, make it a bit smaller, Alt click, and it'll just copy what's over there. So you need to be careful that that tree doesn't get that. That's okay. There we go. I'll sort the rest out. Oop. So I just alt clicked again. Alt click again. And then alt click there. There we go. That's got rid of the radar. And then zoom out, zoom out, zoom out, zoom out. So now what we want to do is get the eraser tool again. Oops. Actually, I'm going to zoom in first. I want to get that top line. Yeah, that'll do it. Make that much smaller. Just to tighten it up. But it doesn't really matter. Well, it does, but not hugely. Let's have a look. Just zoom out a bit. So it's Alt if you want to zoom out and nothing if you want to zoom in. So if we go back onto the, actually I'm going to lines, I call this, just so you can see what it is. So I've gone onto there. I'm just going to erase that little bit there. Obviously you can go right in close, just to make sure it's really nice and smooth. There we go. I think one of the other, yeah, I'll go in close to this one so you can see. Get the erase tool. I mean, you could use a brush, but the erase tool basically copies what's underneath. There we go. Lovely. Right. Actually, let's just fit to screen. Right, so now we're ready to get our next image, so we need to click back on that because that was the last image we put on. And then again, place embedded image. Let's have a look. Oops. Yeah, that's good. So these are all my thumbnails, but actually right down the bottom I think I've got some images left, so yeah, that's quite a nice one. I mean, obviously you want to try and make them as varied as possible. Like if you play a lot of different games, you want to try and cover as many different games. Actually, I'm just going to do Control Alt Z. Actually no, I've got to place it first. Control Alt Z, get rid of that, and I'm going to put I'm going to go onto the lines one, get paintbrush, I'm going to put one there, holding shift, there we go, straight line there, and a line up to there. I can tidy that up later. Right, let's go back onto that and let's do that again. Place embedded. I think it's good to make mistakes because it's easier to see how to correct them. So if I was, oops, sometimes it does that. I'm holding down shift and letting go of the mouse button first, but sometimes it doesn't quite recognize it. Okay, I want that to be about, so it needs to zoom out a bit. Something like that. Get the helicopter so it's centered. It's going to have to be about there. Okay, so now we're going to crop it again, place it, rasterize it. So all you're doing is just clicking on it with the paintbrush tool. There you go. Delete that, and could actually delete all that to there. Don't forget to click on, and then we're going to go to the eraser tool again. Actually, first we're going to zoom in. H if you want to use the, there we go, for the grab tool. Right, now that could be a lot bigger than that. Just a little bit there. There we go, so that's another picture in. It's a lot of aircraft really. I didn't really want that many aircraft. Now I'd like some stuff in different games, because it's all Daisy, well it's all Armour 2 should we say, be more accurate. Now I don't think I've really got a lot of other stuff at the moment. Oh yeah, it's pretty big, isn't it? Yeah, place, and then left alt, I mean. Go back to that. That might be quite good there actually. Obviously I don't want my logo to be in it. I'm just going to zoom into that. That's good enough. So it's going to be fitting into this area just here. So actually I want to make it a little bit smaller, just so that gun appears in it. And then I'm going to lower it just a bit, so the whole gun's in it. You can see the sight as well. So place that, rasterize it again, and then let's see how we could crop all of that off. Obviously all the bottom right up to there, it's actually snapping to that guide that I put down, which is why I put it down. And then one down here, and then we're going to get the click on it to get rid of that, and then get the erase tool again, make it a bit smaller. Oh, I just noticed that little picture of the drink icon. Mind you, it'll be that small that you wouldn't actually notice it, but it's easy enough to go in and fix it though. Okay, so that's another picture in there. Yeah, it's looking quite nice so far. Okay, I'm going to rush through a few now. Now somewhere, no, I don't want to have any more aircraft. Oh yeah, here's a good one from Insurgency. See, these are obviously full-size 1080 images, so place, cute. Don't want it quite that big, small I mean. Right, same again, hold down shift. Now where we're going to be putting this, I think maybe there, and you can also rotate it of course, so we could rotate it so it's parallel with that line there, and that would fit quite nicely in there. Actually no, it wouldn't, because we want to make it smaller. I know what to do, we'll rotate it and put it in that corner there. So if we move that to there, we can actually zoom it out a bit, make it bigger. There we go. it's just done it again. I do hate when it does this. Holding down shift, let go of the mouse button, then let go of shift. Okay. Right. Place it, rasterize it, crop it. Now we can crop this one right to there and right to the bottom. Actually, we won't need to do anything else. Was a little bit there. There we go. So that one's done. So basically, yeah, just shove images in all these. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the video and then put a couple more in. Okay, so that's all the images in. I've done a few extra lines, so if you're going to put extra lines in, always remember to be on the right layer. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go on the lines layer, and I'm going to put a line, so I want to get that about halfway up there, click, and about halfway up there on this side. There we go. Do the same here, a little bit up there. Looks about right. There we go, and that's tidied up those the top and the bottom as well. Right, now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create another layer, clicking on the bottom one first, shut that one off, and then we're going to just put a background colour in. I recommend you don't put any patterns in or anything, because it'll make your image bigger than the 2 megabyte allowance, and then you'll have to reduce the quality. So, oops, on the wrong layer. So say like that, because for most things you won't see this on anyway. It'll just be on your I think on tablets. Okay, so next thing is obviously we want your logo. Now you might have a logo already. Let me show you. We need to be on the, make sure we're on the top layer. I could do the same with this. So if I go to my D drive, my E drive, used to be my D drive until I formatted. Now where am I? There we go. So that's my logo, or my old logo. I've actually changed it. Okay. There we go. That took a long time, didn't it? So make that a little bit smaller. And because it's a PNG file with a transparent background, it's not a problem. So it's not it's showing all the background stuff. I think a little bit smaller because I want as much as the images to show as possible. So if we put that down and see how it looks. There we go. Looks quite nice. But I'm not going to be using that. I'm going to be basically doing it again. Titus grown, and then I put gaming in as a separate one, so I want that about centered, and I use a specific font, obviously, that one, and then I've got all these, I think it might have been that one. No, I think there's one that had an outline. Yeah, I like that. That's nice and sharp with the black. It's a nice contrast. And then we're going to have gaming underneath in a different font. Gaming. Change the font afterwards and also make it a lot smaller. I want this to be something like Arial, because I'm going to be stretching it out and I don't want it to look ridiculous. Nope. Oh, there it is. I couldn't see it. Come on. There we go. Arial, regular. Now, what I'm going to do with this is capitalise it, and then I'm not that one. Going to make it, see what 200 looks like, and I can also stretch it like this, which to be honest doesn't look great, but there we go. Let's just move it so it's centered. There we go. And then apply, so it's placed, and then pick a star for that. Now I'm going to have to make a few little changes to this, because obviously, because it's a smaller font that's been stretched as well, I need to take some of the scales down. Inner shadow's much too big. Actually, that's, oh damn, on the wrong layer. I don't know how it changed layers, but there you go. Right. Oh no, because I clicked down here, didn't I? So let's make that smaller. Actually, it's the stroke I want to make smaller. Yeah, the stroke's much too big. There we go. Maybe a tiny bit bigger. Yeah, that's okay. Now what's its drop shadow? I think I might change the drop shadow. I don't want it on multiply, I want it on normal. And what colour should we go with? Sorry, my colours are over on the other screen. Maybe something off here, like that. Let's just give it a bit more spread. Yeah, that's quite nice. And then I'm going to do the same for this. Oh, good. Sorry, for this. So it's in that water there. There we go. Just give it a bit more spread like the other one. Could actually make this one bigger as well, because it's a bigger font anyway. There we go. And then I want comment. Try spelling it right here. Rate, subscribe. I want this centered. It is centered, good. Change the font completely. Maybe something like that. Make it about that size, because it doesn't need to be big. No. Ugh. Yeah, nice sort of some kind of white. You can actually download these ready-made styles if you just look up free Photoshop styles. There's people who've got like whole collections that they're giving away. Oh, that's quite nice. I quite like that. I might change it a little bit though. Yeah, that's it. It's quite hard to get it away. Just have it unlinked to layer. It's hard to find where I want it, because the scale, because obviously it's taking that as a whole. It's a shame you can't just pick an area of it and make it smaller. Actually, you probably can, of course, but my Photoshop, there we go, I quite like that. Although it's making the C, so you can't really see the C. Pattern overlay. I think I'm going to change the font. Actually, I'm not really happy about that font. Something simple. I don't want it to be. See, I want it to be easy to read. Come on, got time for this. No. So I think Arial is probably a good one, and then make it a bit bigger, maybe 60. Yeah, I think that looks alright. And don't forget your links will appear across there, so if you've got like Twitter, Google Plus, Twitch, they'll appear. So so obviously you need to be actually, I'll make sure that's still centered because I think it isn't there. So then obviously save as, definitely want to save it as a JPEG because I don't think it allows PNG, so we're going to call this tightest grown channel art. Actually I think we'll have YT channel art because you might have something different for Twitch or something. So you can see the size. I can have it right up to the top because I haven't made that background into anything. I've kept it simple. If I'd made the background like a pattern or something, I'd have had to drop it down to about 10 and it would have looked awful. Okay, so now I'm going to change this because I actually prefer that anyway. And I saved that to my... There we go. There it goes, uploading. What should change? Ba-dum. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I think that's got a good sharp look to it. Yeah, if you want to change your avatar, you do that on Google Plus. So you just go there, click on well, you don't have to click on it, actually goes automatically. And then if you've already got them on there, so I've got all these different things. Yeah, there we go. See, I've got a lot of different ones. I prefer that one actually because it's... The only problem is, so I've just... Now watch this. It's not actually going to change it. Oh yes, it is. That looks about the same to me, but there you go. I think because of the line across the top, it's actually going through, slightly going through the top of the letters. Anyway, that's it. So yeah, this has been kind of an in-depth. A lot of the tutorials I've seen have been quite simple, and they've kept it very short and basically given you a download to do, so you can just change theirs. So I thought, you know, for people who want to actually make their own from start to finish. So thanks for watching. Please comment, rate and subscribe, and I'll be back with something else soon. Bye for now.